to be wrong. It's always exciting when it goes the other way, but I'm gonna have to have Big show me how that's gonna work out, because I've got a lot of questions, a lot of doubts about the way that they've been playing so far here at the tournament.
And we heard it from Device in the pre-match interview that you know, big strategic team, they're going to need those strategies to pay off here, because on an individual level, Astralis, in like the top 6 performers in the tournament so far, 3 of them are on Astralis. Device, Dupree, and Magisk, they're just banging heads off left and right. So you need to have the strategies here for Big to make up for that difference in firepower.
Oh, Sip getting naded and nearly hunted down. That grenade, I mean, that could have slowed him enough that maybe he would have had to have fallen back. But if they have the top 3, then how do they lose to Nip twice, though? I mean, like, that's the... Well, not twice yet, but at least
you predicted Astralis to win later.
I did. I should switch it now. I should be that guy. But yeah, oh, here we go. Sip trying another nade, and it will catch him for a second time. That is very cool. And they get the bomb plant behind it. This is looking so good at the moment. They're also immediately looking for a flank. They want to make sure that Astralis are not sneaking up behind them. So that's super heads up. I love that from, I think, Tizian down there. Really smart, because once they know that no one is flanking, they'll know what the rest of that retake is coming from, and they don't have to worry about anything else. They can put all of their focus into this. Magisk sneaking up near the corner. Flashed in, though. Not just waiting for it, and it took a long time, and it's Dupree instead. Continuing a third headshot. Oh, no! Shutting down Keto right behind. A quad kill, and the defuse is in. That's going to be Device stealing the ace at the end, but Dupree, he wanted to win that round, and so he did.
There's the start, and it couldn't have played out more perfectly, Anders, with the narrative we were building going into this. Big with the tactic. They put a nade onto Zipnix at the beginning on ramp. They hunt him down with another nade at the end. They predict it. It's all part of the plan. Each step along the way, they get the bomb plant. Then they just have to hit the headshots. Guess who's got the headshots? Guess who's got the firepower? Astralis roll in, and it's Dupree like a wrecking ball, just taking all their heads off.
I can't. You can even tell. I think Sonic looked like he was in disbelief himself. He's like, "What? What is going on?"
That is that's actually going to be really painful for Big. But it's the first pistol round, and the funny thing is that last time these two teams played as well, Astralis were winning pistols, and still it was so close. And so Big, they should just shake it off. Fine, fair enough. We go straight to the rifles, and let's still take this fight.
Yeah, putting the pressure on, getting that bomb plant, and getting the extra cash. They want to go for it. Tizian is right on the other side here. So we'll see. That could be an interesting battle. M4, though, is a little bit trickier than if it would have been Glaive there. Oh, he walks right into the headshot. I think he was actually flashed in or had set up something there, but doesn't really work out. Over at the A ramp, it'll be the other 4 players. And that's becoming more and more readable. That grenade again, right on Sip. And then Tags coming through. He's so low on health right now. See if he can find a way to be relevant in the round.
They've got his number, don't they?
Yeah, they figured that out really well. I mean, there's not that many players to stay on the A-bomb site, so I guess it sort of makes sense, but it's a really valuable grenade. Straight for the bomb plant. No smokes or anything to help them out. They just don't have them because of the economy. So, again, a bomb plant. But I would say retaking the A sites, it's pretty trivial at this high level of play. So, Big still have a lot of work ahead of them. Deep Molotov, and that's going to force Citizen out into that fight. Just one little grenade making a big difference. Oh, and wallbang down. Santaris drops. That is a really critical shot there. Keto, though, doing his best to stop the defuse. There's less than a second. Oh! And he just cuts the wire. He basically cut the wire, and then he just got shot in the face.
Man, you're just holding your breath that whole time. That was so clean. We'll get the replay here. Dupree going work. Nice wallbang as well. Just knowing the angles. But then this play from Keto, the follow-up here where he denies the bomb plant is so clean. Gets that, and man, so close.
It is. I mean, it's less than half a second away, isn't it? He gets that shot. No defuse. The round definitely is theirs. All right. But
showing that they've got some new fight in them. We're playing from these new facilities as well. They've changed it up, actually, interestingly. They had those behind the players before, and now you're going to see it in front of them. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't move around the players well enough. They weren't comfortable. Not enough space.
That could be, yeah.
I like the idea.
Someone's been working overnight.
It's good stuff. Well, you know, probably Big Fillion. He wears a lot of hats over there.
Got to, right?
Man deserves it all.
Okay, well, this third round is coming up. And again, because of the bomb plant and the economic damage they managed to dish out in that round, they just want to keep the pressure on. They've got 2 AKs, a Galil and a Scout and a Deagle on the Big side. So I don't really mind it. I mean, I think, you know, again, we talked about this before, but if you end up respecting Astralis way too much and you just give them, you know, a lot of space,
yes,
that's a problem, right? Like, you have to, in the back of your mind, pretend slightly that you're just playing any other team and that it's going to be fine. So I kind of like this one big, although there is a point at which you obviously have to stop buying and have to respect the economic side of the game a little bit more.
You have to be very careful, but here already the fight starts, and this is trademark Astralis. They love to fight ramp. They love to go crashing into you here and take this part of the map away. It's so essential to get ramp control for Big Clan going up towards that A site. So this area of the map, we're going to see a lot of action happen here. And Astralis, time and time again, they show that they're not afraid to take that fight early, and they will just go right at you. Searson, though, going to find a kill on Megas to kick it off.
That's huge, and that's actually as he was kind of falling back from that position, which is... yeah, that's very interesting. I think you're absolutely right, though. Historically, that is something that Astralis have been very much into. Let's see what they got. They got no HEs and no Molotovs for that corner where Sip is, and that is... I mean, that's a kind of a must-have for taking this A ramp, because otherwise you have to go and check it manually, and that just won't be easy. And if you don't check it, I mean, you just might lose everything. Glaive flashed in along with Sip, but they're a little bit further up. They will win the fight anyway, or at least trade it. Glaive goes down, but it's still a 3-on-3, and Dupree's going to call it in now. They're on the side. Oh, but they lined up for him. He's done so much damage already, and he could have done more, except for Keto shooting him in the head. Now it's down to Searson. 15 seconds on the clock in a 1 versus 2. And, well, he's picked up a Galil. I mean, I'm glad if you're the scout. That probably is helpful, but planting the bomb, he can't get out from behind the boxes. He wins the one fight. Surely can't win the next one. He is low on health. He needs an instant headshot here on Device, who does have head armor, so it might not be that easy. And Device, he's right there in front of him. No kit, but I don't think it's going to matter, and Device will just crouch right into the fight. Again, Astralis only barely make it out of this round, but it's 3 in a row.
That was a little scary there, too. Did you see how quickly Xyp9x was moving in, and Device kind of hung back there? Kind of let his teammate take the front. Usually you're so used to seeing... I mean, Astralis work together as a killer unit where they're just moving together. Yeah. The hive mind in play. But this time, see, Xyp9x just way out there. But you got to give credit where credit is due. Searson played that perfectly as well. He made it very hard for Device to help out by positioning himself behind the boxes that way. Still, Astralis, I mean, it's just clutch after clutch, isn't it? 3-0, and Big Clan still have the money to go for the buy, and this time around, we're going to have Device getting aggressive in mid. He's got that AK, that one-shot headshot, and this is something that, again, CT side, Big Clan will have been aware of it as well, because the last time that these two teams played on Vertigo, Glaive and Device did push mid and held aggressively against Big Clan, and so Device just letting them know. It's like, I know you watched the demo, and it's happening anyway. I'm still going to get headshots.
Is that just even... that's going to be even more annoying, right? So, like, we're playing the way that we normally play, and we just don't even care that you know. That's
still going to beat you.
Oh, man. Well, they get the kill anyway in Megas. I was going to say even the first shot there could have been it. And I guess that is maybe the one thing you would say about that early kill from Device, is that he had no idea that there were 2 more people behind, right? So he had a kill, which is amazing, but he didn't have an exact count on how many people actually showed up. Glaive again pushing down to the bottom of the A ramp, which is such an important part of the map here, this entire ramp. And things going to come right for him. So now they're just winning consecutive fights in a 3-on-4 now. 40 seconds, plenty of time to get up to the A-bomb site. It's just a couple of steps away. Sip, though, 1 headshot with the AUG, and they still have to find a way to challenge him. And the AUG is a pretty good way to do that, especially when they don't have the nades for it. So, yep, baiting him into it, and Santaris will take him down. Good shot. And Device and Dupree, I mean, they don't have the money at all. They haven't had any money, Astralis, throughout all of this. They've sort of barely been holding it together, so you could make a strong argument that it's not worth it. Even if you don't want to let Big back in this early on, I don't think it makes sense to try and retake this. You have a smoke and a kit, maybe you could try and go for it, but it's really high risk.
Thinking they got to make that hero play happen, and with the smoke over the top, they could try and sneak a defuse in.
Oh, no. That was meant to land further down. When it stays on the box, he can't obviously sit inside it and defuse, so a little bit of a problem there.
Surprised at Dupree not winning that crouch fight there. He would have had the angle first. He would have been able to see him ever so slightly earlier. Would have given him a little bit of an edge, but it's going to be Big Clan getting on the board. And Astralis, well, Device is firing on all cylinders. He's hit the ground run, and Dupree is right up there with him. 6 kills for Dupree, 4 for Device in the first 4 rounds. But this is going to be a weird sort of scenario where Astralis, they could just go for the force buy. And it's looking like they are just going to go for the force.
Ooh, I don't know about that, though.
Did Device and Device and Dupree, they probably realize it, regardless, at the end of that round where there's like, we have no money in the bank. If we save these guns, we save these guns, or we try and make the play because we're going to be forcing up in the next round anyway. And it's looking like that's the call here for Astralis.
Yeah, maybe that is the situation. If you're going to be double ecoing anyway, maybe you don't want to be in that scenario. Good look from Big. I mean, this is fun, right? They keep forcing, even though they lose the first 3 rounds. They just keep the pressure on, and that can backfire if it doesn't work. But now that it does work, well, it all makes sense, and you can sort of see the logic of it. So I'm happy to see them be persistent and trust their own instinct to like, that validates the earlier buys. Whereas if eventually they fold and have to save fully, that kind of puts a little bit of a question mark around that whole process. So nice shot from Santaris. So far the Deagles have all been wiped out, and there's another one. So it's down to Glaive with the AK. He is going to be on the spot and instantly taken down. That's some quick work coming out of Santaris. 3 kills in this round. He's someone that, you'd love to see him have a good game against Astralis here.
Without a doubt.
That would be fun.
Without a doubt. I'm just going to go back a little bit here into the history of Astralis on this map. I'm still trying to make sense of this veto and why Nuke wasn't picked by Big first round. Right, when it was there, that's what we all thought discussing it going into the series.
Yeah, that could have been.
There could be a potential trap. And the fact that I'm supposing that Big actually had some kind of info going into it, because Astralis, they picked into Nuke afterwards. When the option was there to dodge it, they in fact pick into it. So it does make you think that Astralis were kind of leaving it out there, hoping that Big would pick it. And this is just anti-eco frags.
Yeah.
Good job here on Big keeping their cool and getting ready for Astralis to go aggressive. But it's not like this was an evident pick either to go into for Big, because it's not like Astralis are losing much to it. They only lost to Big and Vitality on it in the last 3 months. Otherwise, it's just been nothing but green for Astralis on this map. G2, Evil Geniuses, wins over them, wins over Mouse Sports. I mean, it's not like they were pushovers either.
No, definitely not.
Well, Evil Geniuses maybe, but...
Sometimes, definitely.
I'm so sad.
I think this is a slightly trickier match to predict than maybe it looked from the outside. I mean, I still stand by what I've been predicting with Astralis and everything else, but I will say that the Big that I've been seeing the last couple of days has not been the Big that I know can exist. I mean, that's also one of the reasons why I sort of picked Astralis. But if this is a more focused and just a more consistent version of Big, it's going to be a really hard fight for Astralis, no matter what, really.
Sure. I mean, the firepower is there for Big to be a real...
By the way, did you notice in that round they threw a grenade at the ramp and the cone flipped and landed the right side up? Oh. Like that's a perfect cone flip.
Yeah, what does it mean?
It's nice. Like, it's one of those things that just
wind up on TikTok.
Yeah, like someone could make like a skill out of that. I think you could have a career probably as like a cone flipper or something on Vertigo.
Yeah, but with grenades specifically.
It's gotta be with grenades, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that feels pretty good.
I think so. I think...
what if you could flip one cone on top of the other one and they stack like they would in real life? Could you do that? Do we have the physics for it? If not, Valve should fix that right away.
Yeah, then it's going to be one of those threads on Reddit where people can't play the game. Game is literally unplayable.
Tabson goes down, but what a fantastic double nade onto Dupree. Astralis getting a taste of their own medicine for once. And Big is a team that is... I'm just incredibly nerdy when it comes to the nades. In the best possible sense. I love it.
And with Zipnik's making the adjustments... He's already figured out that perhaps he needs to be changing it up in terms of where he's standing to not be too predictable, not let Big just get those kills for free. And he wins out against Tabson, which is no joke. Tabson has been a solid performer for Big so far this tournament. He's actually second rated individually for Big this tournament behind Searson.
Oh! Okay. Him holding that all along, and yeah, they knew Magus was going to be there. I mean, the timing for Sip is unreal, but he heard the smoke and he's like, I've got to move, because credit to Sip, if he doesn't move, that's the same as just telling Magus, you're on your own. So he has to try and do something to reposition himself to get in there and help Magus, and yeah, he got shut down. Bomb is planted, and well, they're actually jumping over the smoke, and that gives it away. That's very dangerous. Now it's back into a 2-on-3, and they're spraying through, but that bomb is still only just planted. I mean, there's a little bit of time here. Dupree sneaking up behind. He hasn't seen it yet, and they're going to be falling back. They don't have a kit picked up either, so that probably explains it. They decide to go for the run instead, and Big will pick up the round and make it 4-3. And the Astralis economy is still completely busted from earlier. So this is real interesting. And look at the money on Big. They actually have so much.
They have so much money. It's actually ridiculous. But I mean, they had back-to-back rounds where all 5 players survived. So I mean, that definitely goes a long way towards you know, making you wealthy. That's a sick nade over the top.
I appreciate that they have their names in front of them, like you said earlier. It's weird. It also helps if they forget, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's right.
Who am I again? That's not important. Just click heads. But the existential angst.
Someone calls it out like, Absent, you're going over here. He looks up. Oh, that's me.
Got it.
That's right. I can do it. Oh,
Ooh, a nice shot.
Yeah, lucky to be alive.
A little bit
did not have any head. Oh, yeah, he had no head armor, so that's why you had that meaty sound.
It's a little bit too predictable with that flash over the top. Big. They're gonna know something's up. Oh, but seriously, getting wallbanged?
Oh, there are some spots on this map you can wallbang that I guarantee you nobody knows about. Just this map is not explored enough. Let's put it like that.
That is just your calling card, isn't it, Andrew?
Oh yeah, I spent maybe 5 or 6 hours on this one like a couple of weeks ago, just shooting at the walls. So fun evening. Oh, Keto. That's not bad. You kind of almost found a little bit of a kill there. And 4 on 5, and they're up against an M4 and an AWP and then some Deagles. So this is the kind of round, right? If you're big and you're planning to take down Astralis in a best of 3, these are the rounds you have to win. Because if you start giving these rounds back to Astralis, they're just being let into the game earlier than really they should be. So you have to make this work. It's actually really important. Device, he's smoked off for the minute, and yeah, why not? Again, no kits being wielded here by Astralis. Nice shot on Magus. And some damage to follow up. And the bomb is going to be planted. And now for Astralis, once again, because of the lack of just of a kit here and the weapons, might not want to throw away that AWP on the M4. Maybe the Deagles try and see if they can find some kills, but yeah, they're already backing up with the rest of the... Oh! That's not a bad shot. Still, I don't think the defuse is going to be possible. The AK, even if they can get it away, that's Device dropping, so fall back and pick that up. This should be about saving more weapons, and they get baited by the early success.
So confusing. Dupree is trying to get over here. He can get the AWP. He can get the AWP.
Yeah, well, that's something.
I mean, I think that's what's going on with Device's positioning there. He's never actually risking the AWP. So him taking pot shots, the guys who are up close quarters are the guys with the Deagles. So if they die, whatever. If Device can stay alive long enough, we're going to get this replay here of Device.
Yeah, the box down there is really cool.
Clever. But, you know, it's like Device dies. If he gets kills, awesome. If he dies, you should be in a position to save that gun. It's just unfortunate that it's Dupree who could have saved the M4.
It's just, it's that shot, right, that makes it work for them.
Yeah. It was just enough. It's a little bit of a taste.
Success has beaten you. It's that whole thing.
Right now, though, I mean, Tamsin clearly not afraid to go. Well, at the beginning there, it was Astralis who were actually calling the timeouts, but Tamsin not hesitating to get on board, trying to get these guys rallied up. Clearly, they've got a game plan here that they figured out in terms of focusing on ramp and really coming back around over towards ramp. They've only gone to B, and when they went to B, it didn't pan out. But that seems to be the meta right now on Vertigo, is that the focus is primarily on ramp, primarily on A, and then you're sprinkling in the mid and B plays here and there.
Yeah, well, I actually think the T side has to take the A ramp, even if they want to go B, because otherwise you're just sending a message that we're going B. You know,
well, it's like Banana on Inferno, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Like that's very much the case. So, like you have to. I mean, unless you really want to go really quick B, but I'm not sure how you do that. I mean, I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure teams have done it, but it's definitely high risk.
Well, here you have Zipnik's rotating off. He's rotating off A towards B right now, and this could be because we haven't seen any any presence here from Big in ramp.
That's exactly right. They've checked that A ramp. They've said, well, no one's here. We're just going to gravitate back to mid and the B bomb side, because why would you not do that? So let's see if Big have a good answer. I mean, right now they're coming up with some creative boosts, which I think is really cool. I mean, this could be one way to do it. Hang around, try and find, you know, a kill instead. That's all fine. But the problem is, again, if they want to go back to the A ramp now, they've got a lot of work to do in checking everything. I mean, they could, if you don't know what's happening on ramp, for all you know, they're sneaking up behind you on A. Like, there's a lot to worry about. And now they're grouping outside of B. So maybe this works for Big, but I don't like it.
Zipnix is here. So it's not just Dupree. He's actually got company. He's not feeling so lonesome. And he's got the AWP as well, so he's ready for a shot here. That's just baiting him in. Because now it's actually just enticing Big Clan. Oh, Big with 30 seconds?
Yeah. I think this round has got a little bit out of control. I think they were hoping for a kill in middle, and then when they didn't really get one, I'm not sure if there was a plan B. 20 seconds on the clock, and I think they've lost slight control. They can still make it, but now we are talking lightning fast. There's an divisive force off the angle. Maybe just, 1 second before they turned into it. Sip is down here, 8 seconds. Getting a kill, that could have been enough. He was trying to just throw it in there. That is wild. You have to get onto the bomb side. You can't just punch in the numbers and throw it in there. It's not a football.
Oh, nice save from Glaive. He gets the op.
Good.
That's what you're wondering, if he's going to be able to save that second AWP so you can make this happen again. That is sick. And yeah, that is just, Big clearly hit a roadblock there that they were not expecting. It looked like they were unsure whether they wanted to get back to A, but then you have so little map control over towards A. You have nothing, and you've got 30 seconds left. You have no map development towards A. You're going to have to waste so much time worrying. You might as well go to B at that point.
And it's actually kind of strange because the roadblock they hit was like, we didn't get any kills. Like, was that not, did no one have that discussion? Like, hey, go mid and get a kill. Yeah, sure, boss. What if we don't? Well, then we just give up. Centaurus will get Glaive, so that was a very good fight. Device to take down Tizian, though. Will at least bring it back into a 4-on-4. But again, Big fighting to try and do some work here over at the A ramp, which, again, is probably necessary. Dupree's really far up on B, so they've got everyone else over at A, and also because they got the kill in middle. So I think this is good movement, good defensive movement right now for Astralis. It makes sense. They're going to get the kill. Oh, and he just continues. Sip can't quite get the triple, but job well done, I'd say.
Thinking about it, yeah. HE over the top. Keto gets chunked. And yeah, right now, Astralis, it feels like they're starting to hit a little bit of their stride, bit of the comfort zone. Still absolutely possible for Big to win this round. However, Searson, always a threat with that AWP. He catches you blink, and you're going to go down.
And look at this. Is such an interesting move. They've actually brought Dupree over, and there's 50 seconds, so Big can easily, go through lower and just go for it. So I think they're saying, even if it's B, we would rather retake that 3 versus. Bomb is down, though, and not quite in the default position, so that's a bit interesting. Deep Molotov, that's mega important. Nice shot out of Sizz, and this can actually work out for Big. Even if they had not that much of a chance to win it here, they still could. And they have another Molotov on Keto. There is a smoke, and it has to go on top of the bomb, which, yep, it just did. Otherwise, they could have straight Molotov that plant. And now, Device walking into the shot. Searson coming alive. Big double kill here, and Dupree has the back on out. That's a huge win out of Big, and a round that looked almost impossible at one point.
It looked done, Anders. It looked done. Magisk, if he wins that duel versus Searson, that's it. It's not happening. But Searson, again, he's too fast. And he doesn't have that many kills. 5 kills on the board for Searson. But it feels like the game has just been too fast-paced for him with the AWP, right? He's not really getting time to work. It's just been a lot of dirty AK getting in there with Keto and Santaris, who are both just hard carrying on Big right now. But, that's that. I like that little golf clap. Like, good job. We approve.
Yeah, he wasn't even that excited. I thought that was really cool.
That's Searson just hitting the key shot that unlocks the round for Big Clan. They're taking Magisk out of it.
Yeah, and it's hard to even complain about the setup for Astralis. They cheated the B player over to the A bomb side, which was the correct call. They were really far back. They weren't taking aggressive fights, and they just got found. He had to push so deep in there.
And that was with the Device really trying to dig you out of Glaive dying early. Can definitely vouch for the merch at the shop, blast.tv. Go check out the merch store. I wear that hoodie every day. It's super comfortable. It's really good. So yeah, just saying, throwing it out there.
Definitely put it on. Wear it on broadcast one day.
Dude, it's so comfy. Yeah, but they want the suit.
I know we're not allowed. I was just getting people riled up. It's just for the memes. All right, we do have a buyback on Astralis yet again. I guess that's fair play. They do have some stuff to work with here. But right now, they're really suffering under that economy. That is one of the big stories here in the first 10 rounds, is Astralis kind of only just hanging in here. I'm really impressed by Big. I know I was being critical earlier, and I had my reasons from watching them play the last couple of days. But right now, I think they're putting on really solid Counter-Strike. They look really focused, and it's really fun to see. So more power to this. Is the kind of Big that has to show up to beat Astralis. And they are right now. So I think we've got a real cool game on our hands right now.
What a cool wrap. What a cool wrap from Megas and Zipnix right now. They have to make a play. They know that they didn't really get the call correct. Device was holding mid, which is something that they do, except that nobody was there for Big Clan. They have to commit to this wrap.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're right. They had to make a play because now they're getting trapped instead. I can't believe they are even trading this far. Megas nearly getting another kill. They should have probably been dead without maybe getting more than one kill there. So it's kind of a good job. But I think your initial point was probably the way to go. Once you're there, you either push forward to try and fight them with the help of some flashbangs from a teammate, or you have to fall back. But standing around there, it's so easy to get sniped. Just like Searson was. Put to sleep up against the steel structure of the building. Tabson and Tizian, 2 versus 2 now. Bomb now being tabbed, but nice spray coming through, and that's not going to be a defuse. It will afterwards. Dupree with a kit, taking the shot right through the smoke, and it'll be a 5th round for Astralis. Really close, and again, Big have been so good at winning these A afterplants, but this time they just couldn't.
And Astralis just cannot win a round decisively. It's just single player surviving every time. But this all happens. I mean, you got to give it to Astralis. They fight back in here in this position. Zipnix and Megas, they had to get those kills. But I think this is off of a misread from Glaive. I think he thought that they were going to go to mid. Device was out there with the AWP in mid. He was hoping for somebody to rotate through there. I think that they thought it was going to be more towards mid and B this round. And so it just happened to be that Device takes Searson's head right off. Now there's a little bit of a presence over towards B, and Device, correct call on his side.
That's pretty aggressive. It's cool, though. I mean, you mentioned earlier Device in middle when he was fighting.
Doing it again.
Yeah, putting in some bullets out there, but got to be careful that boost over. I mean, we've seen that before. Could see it again. Oh, wow. That looked like it was dead on. I guess the sandbags ate that bullet. Now, Sip, yeah.
Careful, lads.
Off that out. But it's cool to see Device being so mobile, right? He's all over the place. And Tizian trying to wallbang, which you can do from that position. Doesn't do an enormous amount of damage, but it could be real annoying. They have plenty of grenades to push Sip out of there, but he has a smoke, so...
I love this from Device, though. Because now he can just sit and hold this angle, and this is giving Dupree just a little bit of room to work with. Flash over the top. Device with the spot. He hears the footsteps. Can he make it back around in time? Yes, he can.
Yeah, that might actually... I mean, that in itself might be a bit of an indication that it's coming B. And even if Dupree knew... it won't save him from Santaris. And Device should have had that kill in middle. And now, because he didn't get it, he probably could have rotated back to Dupree immediately. But that was a little bit of a mistake. Now, it could be a B retake if they want to go for it. They have a smoke, but no kit in play at the moment. I don't know if Dupree had one, but this is going to be very, very tricky no matter what. So we'll see if Astralis are up for it. If they lose it, it'll be all the rifles. They won't have the money, and Big will just be off flying yet again. Device with a shot on Santaris, and Glaive, he's going to tap the bomb. But again, 10-second defuse. That's not really going to do much for them at the moment. Nice shot, but Tizian is still down there, and that bomb is not being defused yet. They're trying. They picked up a kit. It's still happening. 2 seconds, but Tizian winning the 1 versus 2 at the end. They finally found the kit, but it was way too late.
And the big clutch here from Tizian, who has been struggling individually with these clutch rounds. Yeah. This time he comes through for Big.
That's a job well done.
Running out of bullets. That looked so good for Glaive.
It did, and if Glaive gets that, that's it. They just win the round outright. I still kind of don't know how Santaris died in that round. I want to know where the shot came from, but there was a lot going on. And Astralis, no rifles saved. Back to Deagles, trying to push into middle. Going to trade favorably, and the bomb is there, but I still think they're going to be fine here. They should be able to fight their way back. Yeah, Tizian with 2, Keto, yeah, pushing out behind. I think it's definitely a little bit of a shock, but I think ultimately they'll be all right. And Keto knows exactly where he is, so just gonna
nicely done.
A little bit of a heart attack there.
Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
Big gonna take the lead here in this first half and establish it, and as in they will have minimum 8 rounds on the T side, so they'll have won that T side. But now, I mean, as far as Astralis are concerned, I'm very curious to see what they're going to come up with in the next round, because they've tried the A aggression, the A ramp aggression, rather, with Zipnix Glaive, that combo that they'd like to go for. They have also had Device and Glaive in the mid. So it's like, as far as the aggression is concerned, they've put that kind of play in, And it hasn't always panned out for him, Astralis. It's a struggle. It's like, what's the call now? Because you're going to go for the buy. Device can afford that AWP. You're going to have the rifles as well. I mean, you could just really try and just go back to a aggression ramp, see if you can get some damage in, and just try and play it safe from there on out.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what could really change right now. I think one of the problems that Astralis is having is the A retake. So I mean, I think win or lose that fight at ramp, like they have to try and keep, at least show up, at least keep an eye on it. They're actually gravitating a lot towards mid and B. So that's kind of a call out of spawn, you know, and obviously if Big did go heavy mid and B again, yeah, that would be a really good call, but it means the A ramp is given up, and that is, I mean, again, I'm not trusting Astralis retakes on that A bomb side at all right now.
This isn't bait either, because they're pushing aggro mid right now. And, I mean, Tapson is working his way up ramp right now. He's going to run into Zipnik, who's playing very passive.
Did he just grenade himself?
I think so. I don't think that came from Zip, but Glaive is rotated over now.
That one did.
I mean, there were so many...
No cone flipping, though.
Glaive and Dupree both throwing HEs at B signals there's 2 players on B. Already that's going to be telling Big, huh, something's weird. And so you can see how careful Big are, but they're all 5 together. They're stacked up and ready to take a fight.
Here they are. Here come the counter grenades out of Astralis. They haven't really been doing a good job so far holding the site, so we'll see if the manpower is going to make a difference. Tabson goes down. A bit of a nade being attempted. Doesn't really land on anyone, so that's not it yet. Still 45 seconds, and they're kind of entrenched here, Big. They're not going to be falling back.
The device flank. Look at this op flank. What is this?
It's good, but again, like they still need to hold on to the A site, because this could be scary. We'll see if he could find anyone. Oh, it's so close. I think he saw the gun fire from that barrel, and that'll be Santeras taken down. Now I think they've got all the chances in the world. This should definitely be an Astralis round, and with that kill, I think it's more or less cemented. Although Dupree does go down, but how do they fall back? Device has actually given up on the flank. He said, all right, I've already made my move here. I don't want to stick around and get shut down, so he's just trying to relocate. Sip, a little bit of a fight, and he will take down Tizzy at the end. Searson, he saved Big many rounds. Could he do it one more time? 1 versus 3, and he's not quite going to do it. He did get the first kill in it, but Glaive had the right scope there, and even without the kit, they'll be all right.
That's not something we say too often. Glaive with the AWP clutch.
Doesn't happen a lot, no. But it's another really expensive round for Astralis. Now, obviously, we're going into the 15th round, so... you know, it's not terrible, but it does make a difference. Like, it does impact what they can buy in this round.
If they finish this 8-7, Astralis, actually, considering how things were going there, where Big managed to chain 5 rounds together, it started to go a little bit back and forth, something that's uncharacteristic in the current meta with CS, where it feels like teams are just chaining rounds together in 4 or 5 round sets. It did get a little messy there towards the end of the half, but if Astralis can stabilize here with the last 2, go into the pistol round and swing it, it's going to be very interesting here for Astralis. I think Big are the ones who are kind of wiping the sweat off their brows. Again, if they get 9-6 though, Big, this is going to be very fun. It's a perfect first map to kick things off on here, Anders.
It is looking really good at the moment, and I don't know, I think Astralis should be considering themselves a little bit lucky if they can get up to 7 rounds. I feel like Big have played a pretty determined game right now. Remember, they also did win the first 3 rounds, only barely. Ooh, Device trying that, the Molotov to block him in. That'll catch him with a wallbang. They threw everything at him, and it worked. So, it was worth it. Oh, Zip, yeah, trying to get that smoke up, but Tabson will just line him up and take over that bomb site. Magus now, and Dupree, 2 versus 4 for the retake. Even in the 3-on-3 retakes, they haven't been able to do a lot here, but all right, a little bit of a kill for free. That's always nice. And Dupree will get Tabson. This is really uncharacteristic here. A smoke to be put on top of the bomb, and they do have a kit on either player, so it could be pretty quick here. Trying to go for it. He did spot him out, so they know where one of them is, but Keto is sneaking up right in front. There's the tap and the flash in front. Keto, oh, a bullet to catch him, and no defuse happening any longer. Dupree, I don't think he can find him. This is just so much time has already passed. It's going to be 9-6 at the end of the half in favor of Big. What a fantastic start here to this series. Let's see how that second half goes coming up after the VERTIGO. They've got a 9-6 lead at the end of the first half going into the second one. I think that's really impressive. I think it could have even been more. Again, now if you think about the context of them winning, of Astralis winning the pistol, you're in a situation where if they don't do that, suddenly it's what, like 12-3 in favor of Big? I actually think that they're doing very well at the moment. So let's see if they can close this out and take the first map. That would be really, really awesome. So I'm excited for Big right now. Less excited because I obviously picked Astralis along with everyone else to win it. So let's just see what happens. Glaive will take down Citizen. A nice counter nade comes out though. And again, as you probably should be doing, they're fighting for this ramp control as long as they feel like they can.
So for whatever reason, Big are just struggling in pistol rounds against Astralis right now. And on this map in particular, the last time they played, Astralis won both pistols, and it still went to double OT. Astralis absolutely need pistols. Without it, Big have the superior rifle rounds over them right now, and it's making it really close. And so Astralis, for them to stand a chance in the second half, they have to pull through on this pistol.
Oh, Dupree with a kill. This is a huge play from Glaive. I'll explain in a second. Dupree continues. He got a quad kill in the first half pistol, and now opening up this bomb site. But because Glaive stayed alive, just showing himself, they couldn't rotate from that A ramp. They had to stay there. Otherwise, they would have known. Now, device goes down, but Dupree is here. Oh, Tabson, lightning quick with that flick. And now, Meg is fighting out in the open. Tabson, real close to death. Glaive, oh, there's a smoke there. I was going to say he has a Molotov. Is it going to be in time? That's a quick shot again. And Tabson will save the day, even though he's far away. I even wonder if it looked like that smoke even was going to be like a little bit off, like he almost threw it too far. But there will be 10 rounds on the Big side.
It is truly remarkable, actually, going through some of these stats after the first half, how Big are managing to come back in this. It seems like the majority of the time, well, the majority, out of 10 rounds, they had lost the first duel, Anders, and they were still fighting, winning rounds down a man.
Yeah, it's a crazy first half for just a number of reasons, right?
And so going into this one now, no pistol round win for Astralis. That is, I think that was a key win factor for Astralis to have a chance going forward on this map. Without that pistol round now, and with Big just dominating these man situations, we'll see how it goes here on the second half with Big switching to the CT side. But at least the tail of the tape for the first half was that Astralis actually getting 6 rounds is a big deal.
Yeah. And in some sense, they should be even thankful that they even got 6 rounds. This is crazy. I've, you know, again, this is not quite the Big that we saw earlier, but it is the kind of Big that's really exciting to see. 17th round here. Astralis, they got bomb plant. They're gonna buy, just like Big did. They want to put the pressure on early on, which I think makes a lot of sense. A couple of MP9s and an MP7 there on the Big side, so they're going to be having a hard time, maybe, against the AKs. Isn't always true. Magus gets immediately dropped. And Dupree could follow the same path. He's got no head armor either. That is always a problem. 45 seconds at the moment. They do have a pretty good stack, and I think Tizian is trying to sneak down behind them for a flank, so that could be really interesting. He's not that far away from it, actually. He's getting there. Citizen walking out, and a nice spin. Device takes him. Oh, and they catch the flank. Tizian, man, he's going to be mad at the moment. They had all that set up. They had like 3 different chances right there, Big, to wipe out that attack. And, I mean, it still could work because it's only 17 seconds. The bomb is committed to the site now. They can't run back. They don't have the time for it. And it's a 2-on-3, but everyone except Dupree and Keto is really low on health, and they think it's B. Oh, no.
The slow play for Astralis works out wonderfully.
Just baited by the time. They assumed, because they hadn't heard anything, and they thought there was so little time left, they must have already run back with the bomb. Now, Tabson finding a good kill right there. That's pretty good. Now, Dupree still hitting headshots. Good kill with the Eagle, and they'll find Tabson as well. Astralis steal back the second round after losing the pistol. That is monumental. I think if they wanted a chance to stay in this map, they more or less had to do this.
Yeah, this is it. It was absolutely critical that they managed to pull off this kind of clutch round and that they managed to get it going back their way. I mean, what I'm stumped on right now, Anders, is this the Big we could have expected against NIP? If we got the order changed where it wasn't Mirage versus NIP yesterday, but Vertigo, would this Big be showing up against NIP yesterday? And would we be talking about this match right now in the lower bracket? Because this Big on this map, sure, they just lost that round. Don't get, maybe getting ahead of ourselves, but they look so good right now. And so coming into it, that is a monster round for Astralis. Big need to shake it off and focus on this one. And perfect. Tizian with the dig. 2 kills.
Oh, wow. And he's getting a chance to reload. He could have easily had a third right there. That's so expensive. And again, I don't know. Where are the nades? Where is it? Like, they could have done way more than just dry peeking that. So that's kind of risky
doesn't make you think that Astralis are super dialed in on this map right now.
No, they do. I mean, they don't seem that way. And you know, that match against NIP, I think Astralis were definitely not playing like themselves.
True.
And NIP were playing a monster game. So I don't want to take anything away from them in saying that, but it didn't look like it was the best version of Astralis either. There are some needs to try and make things a bit easier. Santero's going to get caught, although I like the fact that he was trying to do that. And some more Deagle shots coming in. tabseN catching Sip. Oh man, they have lost track of this round. Device could have nearly gone down right there. Everyone is low on health. I mean, everyone, I just mean Device, really. Since he's the only one that left. They're throwing grenades and he's not welcome. Nice round. Big stealer right back. And Astralis kind of just meandering across the map there. I mean, I don't really like anything of what was just happening.
Yeah, neither did Dupree.
No. He's got his head bent and is shaking it.
Well, they were showing a lot of emotion in the NIP win.
I'm not a body language expert, but
that speaks what, like despondent, I think.
Yeah.
Could be the one. What's fast? Oh wow. Okay, so over the last 2 maps, 2 Vertigos played for Astralis, they've won 84% of the man advantage situations. That just goes to show how insane Big are for going down a man and still winning against Astralis. Down a man in those situations and still managing to come back into it. That is huge.
Nice. Good kill. And Astralis actually, I mean, again, forcing in this round. I don't know if it's determination or desperation, but it's working right now. And Meg is taking down Sears. And now this is working so beautifully. There's absolutely nothing that Keto could do in that bomb site. He would have been dead no matter what. So from basically having that 3rd round stolen away from you into winning this round, and especially in this fashion, Big's economy is going to be completely wrecked. It's a really big issue. And suddenly, I mean, it's going to be 8-11. They're really in trouble right now. They could let Astralis right back in the game. This is such a weird start to the second half.
Suddenly they find themselves in a similar position.
Man. I don't know. I don't know where that device shot came from, but once that happened, it was just all bets were off. Device will find one more kill there. So he got a double, and Mega's got a double. Sonic looking not exactly stress-free. Device with 19 kills, though. I mean, that's a good start. That's what you need.
He has been murdering them. He has 4 first kills in the round so far. He has been creating so much opportunity for his team.
Yeah.
67% opening success rate for the duels. So, I mean, that's like Device right now is just, he is actually giving us that star performance that we look to him for. And with all the talk about, you know, it's all been about ZywOo, all about Simple. And Device kind of factors in with the major show that we did where, you know, it's like Get Right was like, you know, actually Device, I think. And, you know, it's not far off. But right now he is the top performer in the tournament.
You know what else? He's got that 90s boy band haircut, like that Nick
Bringing
Carter.
it back. You remember Titan,
Boys.
the best hair in CS.
Yeah, that's true. That no one will probably ever outdo them. That's true.
I think
possibly I think the team was picked for the hair. Like they just decided, let's just do that. Santeros taking a tiny bit of damage. But it's 8-11 right now, and we're in the 20th round. And the fact that they lost everything, and they actually, I mean, they don't use all of their money, but it is almost practically all of it here for Big. Buying some Deagles, buying some P250s, and trying to see if they could steal it back. It would be funny if they traded this as well. Keto lining up, that's a nice kill. Needs another headshot, and he needs one right now, because they're gonna isolate him here. He's got some backup, and actually a lot of it is coming in. Blade takes him down, but the flash is in. Tizian, big double, and that was so well flashed. Device, though, he is just the rock, fighting back and trying to not lose this round. And it's 2-on-2. If they get the flank, there's Device with one more headshot. He's now working on a quad kill. tabseN, though, has to try and keep fighting. He gets the tag in. One shot on either play would pretty much do it, but it will be Device instead with a quad kill, just saving Astralis round after round, up to 23.
7 health, Anders. He's doing it all with 7 health. So brave, dude. Not backing down at all when his team needed him there. Device, that is the star performance that Astralis are going to need from him in order to pull through against Big here. Still down 2 rounds, but now hopefully life gets a little bit easier going into an anti-eco for Astralis. This is as hard an eco as they're going to get, although a couple HEs picked up here for Big. Couple HEs, where are they going to go?
Yeah, you might as well. You might as well.
They were hoping for the mid play. Looks like Searson was kind of hoping that there was going to be some kind of mid action. Instead, he's going to be racking it up for the B hit, but Dupree's already up.
Yep. Taking a fight. Hugely favored, obviously. And a couple of nades. They'll be all right. So 11 to 10 is going to be the scoreline. Astralis have probably the most money they've seen in this entire map so far. And Big, wow! I guess they had to just buy in this round. I don't see what else they would have done, but they didn't have nearly as much as I thought they would have. I thought they have a little bit more cash in there. Still had M4A1 on Tabson, which still is shocking to me. But there's not going to be a single defuse kit, and they're definitely lacking of a lot of Molotovs here.
You know who else they're lacking though? Is Searson. Not really having too much opportunity to shine. First half was a little bit quiet, and in the second half, he's only got 8 kills right now. So lagging a little bit behind in the impact. Big rely on that guy, and that is kind of the narrative we've been building here, that he is Mr. Consistent for Big.
Yeah.
That he just always seems to turn up in the same way that Device and Dupree always turn up for Astralis. Except that right now, Searson, nowhere to be found. It's the rest of his teammates who are having to do the lion's share of the work.
Well, he's got time to turn it around. I mean, there's still like the last third of the half left here, so let's just find out. He's over at the right side. They did show themselves outside of B and, try to pretend a little bit. Tizian, though, he's slowly leaning towards middle, which is the first step of leaning towards A. See if he can get there in time. Otherwise, it's a 3-man setup, but we've seen from Astralis already that is very often not enough, because you get smoked out and just Molotoved out. It's hard to stay alive out here. Nice little nade on Sip will do some damage. Device gets blown up. That was a good follow-up. And that orb, he's holding to, he's just waiting for it. Tabson will take a kill. Searson will not fail him this time. And that means there's no way through here. They just got picked apart, Astralis, before they even got to do anything. And I mean, I was assuming that Astralis at one point would try and Molotov some of those positions. Now, like Searson, that's one of the most common Molotovs on that side of the map. You almost always throw that to try and push anyone out of that position, but Astralis not really doing that.
Do you feel like that was a bit too telegraphed from Astralis? It's like where you get just the dry run. Here's all the flashes. Here's all the smokes. This is a dry run, and then Big are just going to be aware of that and figure out how to shut it down. At that point, Searson was not blinded by the flashes, so he never had to stress out. He never had to worry to just hit that shot.
On to something much more important, though, which has been on my mind, a fair bit. It's the cone from earlier, the cone flip, Samler. We found it. Here we go. Boop. Ooh. Well done.
That is.
We've got different angles.
Multi replays.
Get out of here, NBA. We've got all the camera angles. This is the stuff.
Who needs source 2?
10 points. That's it. That's the new challenge.
Cone flip.
Yeah.
Send your clips to Anders.
All the kids are doing it. Megisk goes down to Searson. We were just calling him out, saying, yeah, Searson's not doing much, but now just getting a couple of kills. Glaive, that's some expert timing. Centaurus was not expecting it, so good revenge. Back into a 4-on-4. Dupree over at B, trying to keep Keto honest and making sure that he can't push up to get the information, which is pretty important. And the rest of them, I don't know what they're doing yet. I don't think they know.
I think it's going to be the B hit here. Keto's going to be in for a bit of a rough time. He has to use his smoke already. There's an incendiary going down as well.
Yeah, throwing it all in there.
Wow. And Dupree's already through, and he's calling over to his teammates like, don't care about the smoke. Walk on through. Nobody's here. This is a huge opportunity for Astralis. They can eviscerate this defense. Keto.
I don't know, he threw the Molotov and just walked back, so that means they can get all the way onto the side to catch him out in the open. And, oh, that was not meant to be underhand, was it? It's fine, it's all good. No one's gonna care. No one barely noticed.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, but what we did see was Dupree with just a fantastic lurk. And that was off the back of Searson playing aggro with that mid-op peak. The one that actually Device tends to like to use as well. Just sit up here, post up with that AWP, look for a shot, and then back off. It all looked so good for Big. But then Glaive makes the play against Centaurus. You gotta give it to him.
I still am not sure what prompted Keto. Like, that's his one job, right? He's the last person that needs to rotate. They had people in middle, so it's not like he had to go back to do anything.
Right.
It's like he threw that Molotov and just trusted, and it doesn't even land on the stairs so that they can't get up, right? And he knows that. He's throwing it under the stairs, so I'm confused on a bunch of different levels. Maybe there was some info from the A-bomb side that we don't know about, and, you know, and that's what happened. But if it was just his own choice, that seems like that was very, very dangerous. Oh, they have replays of his mistakes? That's petty, isn't it?
Listen, dude, you're surprised that they've got replays of this after they found that replay of your cone? Replays of the cone.
Yes, you know what?
They don't miss anything here at Blast.
We need to add, like, a soundtrack. Like the...
Cue the Benny Hill. No, it's not Benny Hill, though.
Something epic.
Yeah, exactly.
Inception.
You need the Inception music, exactly.
Get Hans Zimmer in here. 24th round. 12-11. And I honestly, I've lost... I had a pretty strong feeling Big were going to win this really quickly. And now I'm not so sure. Now I'm definitely not sure. That needed to be 100% a kill. Searson, we know how good he is with that AWP, but that can't happen. And now Tizian, he's got no idea that Magus is up here. Could be a bit dangerous. The Molotov actually might force him into a fight. Oh, and Tizian making up for it. He did almost go down, but fair play. But I feel like Big have lost some kind of momentum. And again, they are playing on the CT side, so you're not dictating the pace the same way that you were on the T side. Tabson, yeah, that's a quick trade. But I think he did see the bomb. Must have. So now it's a 3-on-3.
But they still have a minute on the clock, and guess who is still lurking over towards B? Guess who is still just chilling out, waiting, looking to do the same thing all over again. He's going to move his way forward. He sees that same smoke come through. Is he expecting the molly? Oh, I thought that he would be expecting the Molotov. This is big. Kito's going to be ready for him this time. Dupree thought he was pulling a fast one on him, but he got a little bit too excited, missed that timing.
Yeah, there was a real chest going on. Nice spray from Keto, taking down the Vice. But you're absolutely right. He definitely, he just, I think he heard Dupree taking that step forward, and then he knew. And I mean, that was just good heads-up play from Keto. Nice triple. But I think the first one is the really critical one. That is the one that makes the most impact on the round. So 13-11. They have money on the Astralis. They're definitely going to be buying.
Yeah, they're going to be in the thick of this.
I would still, like, there are certain plays you can make. I think if you can find a way to take the A ramp and draw, and just, if you put enough pressure on A, let's put it like that, the most likely scenario is that whoever is in middle will be drawn back to that A bomb site. And if you do that early enough on, you can actually sneak your own players on the T side into middle and just backstab either A or B. Like, that's, I think, really doable on this map, and I love that kind of play. So I'd love to see Astralis try and move that big defense around some more. Because I think, you know, Keto's been playing pretty well over at the B bomb site. He's been doing the very best that he could. He's got 25 kills overall. I mean,
well, the big thing here, yeah, not only that's he's definitely doing good, but now you're going to have that standoff duel between him. And so Dupree lurking up twice like this should make Keto actually play a bit more conservatively on that B site. And so Astralis perhaps can play off of this now, where they can count on him to be playing a little bit too slow.
I mean, another thing is there's a disgusting amount of weird boost you can do from the stairs to actually take the fight against the guy up in the bomb site. Mostly if you have the AWP, but there are some really weird, just regular boosts that you can do to try and get like a favorable angle so that you don't have to walk up the stairs. So maybe they're going to try and do something like that. Go for a strange boost.
Now they know it. Dude, is this layers?
Here we go.
Layers? Yeah, here we go.
This is the nerdy stuff that we like. Oh, that was your opportunity. As soon as you fail that shot, Keto's like, yep, well, now I have the upper hand.
Mm-hmm. That is so monster. And now Keto, oh, dude, this is wild. He is saved by Tizian.
What a hero. What an absolute hero.
Dude, is this it? Actually, I mean, this is really going to put Astralis in a bind.
Yeah. Oh, this could be where Big run away with the map here.
Yeah.
Magus goes down. Astralis, but they can have a little bit of a round loss bonus, but not enough to make a real buy out of it in the next round. So everything matters right now for Astralis. 2 versus 5. Bomb plant seems miles away at the moment, but if they could somehow do it, I mean, that would actually help them out quite a bit. Nice shot from Keto. He's having himself a monster game right now. 27 kills. That is outdoing everyone else. And Tabson there to help out as well. 14-11, and Big back on track. I just said this. It feels like they've kind of lost a little bit of control here, but I was definitely wrong. Good stuff.
Man, and I have to scroll all the way down to the bottom in terms of players. You know, when it comes to Keto, like how much of an outstanding performance he's having right now. He's been in the red after 4 maps so far in this tournament at a .94 rating. And well, now he's dropping 30 against Astralis pretty much. So there is an outlier performance that Big really needed in terms of firepower, because tactically, Big have been doing fantastically. But firepower, you knew that they were going to be lacking a little bit.
Oh, Tizian, he actually is, well, Citizen to help him out. I was going to say he was so flashed, and still, they at least traded that. Keto falling back in, but Dupree's already really far in. He has no idea. He should be dead, and there's the headshot. Dupree is at it again. Just that aggressive push, and the timing is so good. He really wants it. The grenade could have almost blown that away from him. No, not the fire, Dupree. He's right backing into it, and it made his escape. Hopefully there are no pedestrians down below, because that'll definitely hurt. Centaurus and Searson, 2 versus 3 now. And, I don't know. Searson is back at the A-bomb side, checking it out. Magus is making some noise over on that side. Device sneaking in. Not going to be quick, and that's the bomb. So, what a chaotic round. It's all over the place.
But Glaive.
Oh, he's just going to catch him, isn't he? Back to square one. Now it's Centaurus. He's got the health, and he's got the rifle, and he's got the bomb. So, eventually, they'll show up. They have to come to him. Can he find a spot to stand in where we can isolate the fights, right? He just doesn't want to fight them at the same time.
He's worried about Magus on the flank right now, and he has to be. This is all down to timing, Anders.
Yeah, it is. Magus is guarding him. He's hoping that it'll come. Look, there's the step! And what a shot from Magus. Lightning fast. What a round. I don't even want to try and think about it. A lot was happening there. 12-14.
All right, we got to watch this again. So this is Dupree. Oh, it's going to be the flank on Magus. Okay, but do we see Dupree roast? Yeah, we do. He has to get back. He has to run, and he's trying to ditch this AWP, but it catches the edge of the box. He nearly managed to chuck it on Device there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
I mean, I'm sure it weighs more at, like, the back of the rifle, so it won't fall like barrel first, but if it did, it would just pierce the concrete. It would be like the sword in the stone. It'd be like the orb in the concrete.
Whoever draws this up shall be the king of the land.
Yeah. Only Kenny can pull it out.
I mean, it is funny, actually. We did have those stats coming out of the out of the desk. Just all the way down, my dude. All the way.
Cameraman has gone...
That fade.
Has gone out of control. That's a good job. That is a good job.
That's where it stops, too. All right. They're getting focused up on Astralis' side right now.
They had better get focused up, because they're swiftly losing this game. Even, I mean, winning that one round, yeah, good, cool, but none of this seems like it's repeatable. It seems like Astralis are just barely holding on right now. The only thing that could do it is if Big run out of money, which if they lose this round is going to be coming true really quickly. Over at the A ramp yet again. Keto, though, he's pushed up really far towards B, so he can probably, you know, tell the people in middle to go over and help out at A a little bit quicker. And Tizian is actually checking middle quite a bit. If they know that no one is mid and no one is outside of B, could be a strong defense here at the A-bomb side, but not for Tizian. Getting wall-banged and shot in the face by Glaive.
And they're so patient. Look at this Astralis. You think they're going to commit? You think they're going to try and push up behind this? That's all Tabson and Xanthorus are hoping for.
Tizian. They were just spotting for this. They were just looking for it. They're still looking for it, but Magus, he goes down. Tizian, yeah, make your escape. Not gonna survive in there. And Keto going down to Dupree. That really has been the fight. That's the story of the second half, isn't it? Dupree versus Keto. Deep grenades. Tizian is on the flank, but they must be paranoid about this already, Astralis. He is right behind them, though. Is anyone going to be looking? It doesn't maybe even matter. Centaurus with 2 massive shots. And Tizian taking down Sip. That was incredibly well timed. Actually, I was putting all of that on Tizian, but it turned out Centaurus had a lot to say. Just a quick fake there. Gonna get one more chance. They do have a smoke themselves, but no kid at the moment. I don't know if he can stay hidden long enough for the time in this round to make a difference. They're right there. And he's just going to be standing around, yeah? He's getting some info about where they're not. But at the end of the day, man, if you could find a nade on the ground somewhere here, that would be amazing. A little bit of a jump to try and take a peek. And Bomb's still got plenty of time left on it. Should it be a smoke going up? No, it's going to be all the way in the corner instead. Maybe a little bit questionable. That's an easy kill for Device. And now in front is tabseN. And Device, he's going to swing for it, but tabseN takes him down. And now back on it. Where's the kit? There it is. Going to go pick it up, and I think he'll have just enough time. It's going to be surely down to the very last second. Maybe not. Oh! Half a second left. He did like a double take to find that kit. If he had stumbled into it, they would have won the round, but he didn't pick it up. Oh, wow. Can we get a replay of how close he was to stepping on it himself?
Yeah.
Going back the first time? My God. 14-13.
Oh,
Again,
a little faith.
the Astralis rounds, they're so thin.
Yeah. No, there's nothing to build on here for Astralis, it feels like.
No. Yeah, so he could have, if he would have, he could have swung for it. He just didn't know.
He didn't know. Or he might have thought that he picked it up, you know? That's the issue. He might have thought he picked it up, and so sometimes, that's just the way it goes.
Deep breaths.
And this is a hard eco from Big, Anders. Hard eco.
Oh, hard eco and a kill. Magisk. Now, that did spot everyone, so at least they can take the bomb site, but not without casualties, apparently. Ito is really doing a lot of work. And then Dupree to try and follow it up. Oh, nice shots. Big. Man, what a surprise. One kill in the middle, that's like a cool gimmick, but it's probably not going to win you the round. Now, instead, it's looking way more doable. Sip trying to fall back here. He's got the bomb, and I think he knows where both of them are. Tizian got a kill, and Centaurus, yeah, I think he knows. So he's just going to be trekking along the map. Can't be running, though.
Yeah, but if he's close enough here... No, Centaurus is going to start walking right before he would come in close enough. But this is actually an issue here for Big. I'm really surprised that they do this, that they split up. Because what you should probably be doing right now if you're Big is using the buddy system, where if he comes B, you wreck him, and if not, you go into the retake on A. But now you've given a chance here for Zipmix to have a series of 1v1s.
Yeah, but what an off angle for Centaurus. I mean, Sip is checking all of the usual stuff, but it's very hard. You know, he's going to walk right into the shot, and Centaurus will take him down. Brilliant double kill. 15-13. What a round for Big to pull out of the hat right at the end with just pistols, man. 15-13, 29th round here. Yep, you jump, I'll take the shot. And Tizian delivers.
And talk about it. Well, that's just, you know, highway robbery right back, you know. The Astralis Device clutch probably shouldn't have gone Astralis' way. It worked out. And, well...
eye for an eye, that kind of thing.
Yeah, this round really shouldn't have been Big's. I mean, that was a hard eco, essentially. And they managed to win it and put them up on map point. And well, now, I mean, if you are Astralis, Dupree is going to get that lurk going once again out there towards B. Zipmix showing a little bit of presence over here towards ramp, keeping Big honest, and Big are just not playing aggro at all. And it's like, all right, we're not going to take any risks here. No reason to get antsy.
I mean, I can respect that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's not. I mean, nobody wants to be the guy on Big to make a mistake in this round, so everyone chill out. Again, though, keeping an eye on that A ramp, I still think is important. I like the fact that citizen is doing it, and I think it's a, you know, calculated risk, let's call it. Mag 10 doesn't really do any damage. Hitting through the... I don't even know what that is.
Ooh, that does some, though. tabseN.
The membrane? What is that called on the scaffolding?
The sheet?
The sheet.
Sheet plastic?
There we go. All right, well, Sip is down there. You're showing a presence, you know, keeping them honest in the A-ramp. That's good. Middle, Centaurus is caught out. That's a pretty good shot. Sip did go down, so now they feel probably more safe about that ramp. They're in the middle of the map, though. This is a little bit of what we were talking about earlier, that you can do on the T side. You can get in here and infiltrate that CT defense, and this could be dangerous. tabseN, he's going to be walking in, and he is toast immediately, and that leaves tiersN alone on the A side. Oh, Tizian goes down. How could this be happening? They had nothing to work with. And now Kido. He's been a hero so many rounds out here. 15 seconds on the clock. He's going to get the one, but instant double kill at the end. Dupree and Glaive, and it's 14-15. Astralis will push it on to the 30th round, and the money for Big, it is dreadful. Two of them can buy, the rest really can't.
Did this have to happen or what, Anders?
Of course it did.
Of course we had to have overtime. The last time these two teams faced on here, it was double overtime. Big barely winning it.
Now, I'm not saying that there's a correlation, Samla, but so far, 100% of the games where there's been cone flipping have been really awesome. Just, you know,
this has to be a regular thing now.
It's, in fact, science.
This just has to be a regular thing now.
30th round. Man, everyone is just getting away with too much. I can't prove it. I don't have the science on this, but I have a feeling that Astralis have gotten away with more than big. I feel like some of these Astralis round wins have been really absurd. But the fact of the matter is, it's the 30th round. It's going to go the whole distance here. Either it's going to be overtime or we're going to move on to the second map on Inferno, which will also be very cool.
In one sense, yeah, I don't know. It's really tough, isn't it? Whatever gets me to a third map, I think I'm just going to be happy with, right?
I very badly want to see Nuke.
Yes.
I really do.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That's my sentiment too at the moment. Got a lot of questions we need to have answered on that Nuke, you know, for a bunch of different reasons, so I want to see it. All right, moving towards the A ramp. Dupree is holding outside of B, making sure that no one is pushing up too far. So this is all pretty standard stuff at the moment. Tabson's going to be joining the A defense. But I mean, 3 people here is standard. He doesn't really mean much of anything. You can easily get grenaded out. And that's going to be another problem, by the way. If the bomb goes down, Big will have no grenades with which to retake. They just won't have the smokes you can set up. It's a nice, well, one way is maybe selling it too much, but it's a nice smoke to shoot right under. It'll be very hard for the T side to see anything there. Citizen walking out. He will get spotted, and can they catch him? Oh, what? He wins the fight anyway. Shooting and running with the USP? That is absolutely outrageous. I can't believe that happened. Now, he does only have a scout, so even pushing up was a little bit risky. Now, they're down to 30 seconds, and they're pretty much committed to this, I think. A shot comes through. It's Tabson with the M4. And Mega Scout here spraying, and he goes down. It almost worked, but not quite.